everyone, it's Nicole here and welcome back to Macrame. In this DIY pattern tutorial, we will be going over a flower dreamcatcher pattern. Dreamcatchers are beautiful art pieces and there are several different variations of them. I wanted to come up with one that had some traditional aspects but also some modern macrame aspects as well. So here is the Dreamcatcher pattern that I created. We do have the web-like design in the middle that is similar to a traditional Dreamcatcher. What's different and unique about this one is that I've added little 3D flower petals at the bottom of the ring, giving this piece a little bit more dimension and contrast as well as some uniqueness to it. We also end with fringe and some feathers in the middle. This is a beginner-friendly pattern, although if you are not super familiar with the double half-hitch knot, the 3D petals might take you a little bit more time to get the hang of, but with some practice in making them, the knot will come to you in no time. If you are a beginner with macrame and you want to learn some of the basic knots first before attempting this pattern, we do offer a macrame starter kit that goes over the 6 basic knots of macrame into a small wall hanging pattern. It comes with all the necessary materials and supplies needed to make your very first or second macrame wall hanging. If instead you just need some single strand cord to work with, which is the cord I recommend for beginners to start working with, we do offer a 2-for-1 cord deal for all new beginners. If you guys are interested in any of these, check out the link in the video description below. And for those of you who are looking to advance your macrame skill set from a beginner to an advanced skill level, this month on our Macrame community on Patreon, we are going over a 3D macrame theme. So similar to the 3D macrame petals that you see in the Dreamcatcher, that is what we are going over in more detail on Patreon. So this is an example of one of the advanced patterns we are making this month on our Macrame community on Patreon. We are taking some of those beginner aspects and we're applying some advanced knotting techniques to make some larger, more intricate projects. And before we head right into this tutorial, make sure you guys click that subscribe button to stay tuned for more videos just like this. And with that, let's get started. To begin, you will need some materials and supplies. I've used 3mm cotton cord for this pattern, 1.5mm string, a 16cm or 6.5 inch diameter ring, as well as some feathers. Here are the materials that I will be using for this pattern. This is the metal ring that we will be using for the Dreamcatcher pattern. And here's the 1.5mm string. On the right here, we have the 3mm cotton cord in 3-ply. So 3-ply means that there are 3 individual strands spun into one. The 1.5mm string is 2-ply, where you will see 2 individual strands spun into one. The cord and the string are made from the same cotton materials, and the cord, while it is sturdy, it is also super soft and easy to work with. These are both in the same color, pink quartz, from our rainbow cord line. I also have some matching feathers for the Dreamcatcher. To begin, we're going to take our 200cm strand of cord and we're going to wrap it around the metal ring all the way around. To do this, tie an overhand knot with one end and then with the longer end, start wrapping it around the ring. Until you run out of cord and you have about 2 to 3 inches left, we're going to make an overhand knot on the other end. And here we will make another overhand knot. Now taking a strand of cord at 90 centimeters long, fold it in half and attach it onto the bottom empty part of the ring using a lark knot. Then repeat for a total of 16 times. We're going to cover the end from that overhand knot at the beginning with the lark knot. And then we're going to continue with the lark knots to the right. Then same thing on the other end, we're also going to cover the end with the lark knots on the right side. Then we're going to fill in the space in the center with the remainder of the 90 centimeter long cords with lark knots. Now taking that 200 centimeter long string, we're going to weave it in the center of the cords at the bottom and tie a double overhand knot with one end of the string. Then skipping about 2.5 inches on the right side, make another overhand knot onto the ring. Then skip another 2.5 inches and do the same thing. And continue all the way around the ring. So I've made a total of 6 overhand knots. And then now we're going to start our second row of overhand knots with this web-like pattern. So taking that long strand of cord, in the center of the first section, we're going to make an overhand knot. So now we will be attaching the cords onto the cord sections that we had made instead of the ring. Then we're going to continue all the way around the ring by making these overhand knots in the middle of each of these sections. Once you've made it all the way back, we're going to start our third row, and we're going to continue repeating this pattern all the way around until we have reached the center of the ring with minimal space left. So as you can see, the pattern is now complete. I've made several rounds, and with your last overhand knot, make one more overhand knot so that it becomes a double overhand knot, and then cut off the excess cord. Then using that leftover string, we're going to fill in a larger gap at the bottom. So make a double overhand knot above the gap, and then at the bottom we're going to make one more double overhand knot. Cut off the excess string. Now we are going to work on the 3D petal patterns right underneath the ring. So taking a strand of cord at 140 centimeters long, fold it in half, and then skipping 6 sections from the left, so 6 lark's head knots, we're going to attach the cord onto the ring using a reverse lark's head knot. Now taking the far right cord as the anchor cord and the left cord as a working cord, make a diagonal double half-hitch knot to the left. Then taking a second 140 centimeter strand of cord, attach it onto the left cord using a reverse lark's head plus half-hitch knot. So start off with a reverse lark's head knot first, then take the right cord and make a half-hitch knot onto the right side, and then the left cord with the half-hitch knot onto the left side. We're now going to make a row of diagonal double half-hitch knots to the left. So starting with that top cord as the anchor cord, make 3 double half-hitch knots diagonally to the left. Then we're going to make another row of that underneath. Then underneath, repeat for the same pattern. Now take the anchor cord and flip it over to the right and make a row of double half-hitch knots to the right. Then underneath, make one more row of double half-hitch knots from left to right. We're going to add one more row underneath here, but this time we're going to include the working cord with the anchor cord group for the next double half-hitch knot. So now, as you can see, I've included the working cord with the anchor cord for the next double half-hitch knot. Continue this pattern to the right. Once this is done, we're going to take one cord from the anchor cord group and weave it through the ring to the back. And then with the last working cord, we're going to make a tight double overhand knot. Now we're going to make the exact same pattern on the right side, mirroring what we did on the left. Start with a reverse lark's head knot first, skipping 6 lark's head knots to the right, and then we're going to make a diagonal double half-hitch knot to the right. Then take a strand of cord and make a reverse lark's head plus half hitch onto the right cord. Then starting with the top cord, make a row of diagonal double half hitch knots to the right and then repeat for another row underneath. Now take the anchor cord back over to the left and we're going to make 2 rows of double half hitch knots from right to left. For the third and last row of double half hitch knots from right to left, we're going to include the working cord with the anchor cord group for the next double half hitch knot. Then take one cord from the anchor cord group and weave it through the ring, and then take that and the last working cord and make a tight double overhand knot at the back. There should be 2 lark's head knots in the middle in between these petals attached onto the ring. We're going to use those 4 cords and make a berry knot. Take the outer left and right cords and make 2 consecutive square knots, about a half an inch down from the top. Then take the 2 cords and weave it through the middle hole above the first square knot, pull it through to the back, and then repeat for one last square knot underneath. Now we're going to bring the 2 cords from behind each of the petals and move it to the front. Gather these 4 cords underneath the berry knot and take the middle 2 cords and make a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. Then take the next cord to the left and make another double half hitch knot. Taking the other cord from the back of the petal, we're going to make a third double half hitch knot. There should be one more cord from the back on the left side for another double half hitch knot after that. Then take the middle left cord as an anchor cord for 3 double half hitch knots to the left. Then repeat for one more row underneath. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the right side mirroring the left, using the top middle right cord as the anchor cord. Take the next cord to the right from the petal pattern for a double half hitch knot. Then take the 2 cords from the back of the petal and pull them to the front and attach them onto the anchor cord using double half hitch knots.
Taking the middle right cord as an anchor cord, make a row of double half-inch knots to the right, then repeat for another row underneath. Lastly, we're going to take the bottom cord from both sides and we're going to make one tight double half-inch knot in the center. Now we're going to add one more petal on both sides using the exact same pattern as the left and right petals of the center pattern. We're just going to stop and not make the middle section of this 3-petal pattern. So skipping over 2 lark's head knots from the left petal, we're going to attach another 140 centimeter strand of cord with a reverse lark's head knot. Then repeat for an entire left petal. Repeat the same on the right side, mirroring the left. Now underneath, with the middle 8 cords, we're going to trim them so that they are the same length. At the very bottom of the pattern with the fringe, we're going to cut a V-shaped pattern. Then with our feathers, we're going to take a 25 centimeter string, place a feather on one of the cords in the middle, so the shorter ones. There should be a total of 8, and we're going to make a gathering knot to attach the feather onto the cord. So start by making a loop with one end of the string, then take the long end and wrap it around several times. Then take the long end and weave it through the loop that we made in the beginning and pull on the top end to tighten the knot. Repeat this for a total of 8 times with the shorter 8 cords in the center. And you are now complete with the pattern.
And that concludes our Macrame Dreamcatcher tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up if you guys did, and let me know in the comment section below what your favorite part of this Dreamcatcher pattern is. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you do decide to make this pattern, make sure you tag me on Instagram with your finished creations. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.